Nashville made a trade with the Colorado, and you mentioned Eustace Annan. He's available, or he was available. Now he's in Nashville. He's no longer available. So here's the timeline of events, and I'm going to shout out Leafs Need God on Twitter because this is a funny one. Nashville signed Scott Wedgwood to play in the NHL over Askarov this year. Askarov got pissed, requested a trade because he wants to play in the NHL.
Sure.
So then they actually do the thing and grant him his trade request, which they didn't have to do. Mm-hmm. And then Nashville trades the guy that they lost Askarov over to Colorado to get Eustace Annan. And I want to add to that.
Wait, they lost
Askarov to sign Wedgwood, right? When they signed Wedgwood, it pissed Askarov off, and he's like, "I'm out of here."
Wasn't it the Saros contract?
It was Saros.
Yeah, but
Wedgwood.
There was also the Wedgwood thing.
Yeah, but
because he was at least supposed to be the backup.
That's bending history a little.
Yeah, he posted that cryptic "I'm sad" thing when Saros signed the long extension.
It was that's when we started talking about it, was when Saros kicked it and signed that extension.
He thought he was the heir.
Exactly.
Right? And then they signed Saros forever, and he's like, "Oh, I guess I'm never getting the Nashville job."
Mm-hmm. It's like, there's no place for me to be a starting goaltender. He never wanted Scott Wedgwood's job. He wanted Saros's.
Now, not that Askarov's been perfect since he went to San Jose, because he hasn't. He's been up and down and that sort of thing. But Wedgwood has been traded for Eustace Annan, and this is supposedly going to help the Colorado Avalanche with their goaltending situation. You can see why. Wedgwood's had solid numbers from time to time.
I think it will. He's had a bad season this year, but Nashville's been bad. Over his career, he's been a good goalie.
Now, it's interesting because there are there is a press conference from Steven Stamkos that I think we should watch. Oh. You guys see this?
Yes, it's depressing.
Jesse, I'm sending it over to you in case you need it. The Nashville Predators are not looking like the best team right now. And I thought by now, it's December 2nd as of this recording, that they would have this figured out. There are teams that have figured it out later, and as we saw with the St. Louis Blues, gone on to win the Cup. But this is a team that played so well defensively, specifically in round one last year, that I personally thought, how can they be denied? They've got Brady Shea, they got Jonathan Marchessault, and they got Steven Stamkos. But the problem they have is centermen.
Yes.
They're not deep enough at center, and we're finding out whether or not Barry Trotz, a legendary head coach, can be Barry Trotz, legendary general manager as well. Have a look at Steven Stamkos and what he has to say here. And really, we're looking for the tone.
How mystifying to you is that lack of offense, given the people in this room who have scored so much in their careers before?
I mean, I have some thoughts on that, but it's like I said, it's you got guys that can put the puck in the net for sure, but we need to find ways to generate, getting open and guys seeing things and guys finding seams, and it's tough. I mean, it's tough to score. It's the hardest thing to do in the NHL, to score goals, and obviously we got guys that have done it. It's a little different this year. You're in a funk and you try to find ways. I mean, we're not going to quit here, but we need to find a way, and myself included. And it's tough.
Man, there's a solid 15 seconds where he doesn't say anything. Can we please play the beginning of that again?
The people in this room who have scored so much in their careers before.
I mean, I have some thoughts on that, but it's like I said, it's you got guys that can put the puck in.
Nearly 20 seconds.
We need to
where he doesn't say much.
From the time the question is
getting
asked.
open and guys seeing things and guys finding seams and.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, there's 20 seconds worth of unsaid things there. It's not as simple as we have these good players and they score goals. It's not a video game. And Nashville's chemistry is bad. It's straight up bad. Stamkos at his point in his at this point in his career, his shot is still a touch of death. You have to be wary of him on the ice if his teammates get him the puck. And there's the rub. He's not in Tampa anymore. Nikita Kucherov is nowhere to be found. Braden Point is nowhere to be found. Like, the weapons they have up front and the weapons they have on that power play are absurd. And I'm not sure who his center is right now, but I remember at the beginning of the season, it was Tommy Novak. Is it still Tommy Novak?
We can find out.
Who, bless his soul, is not Braden frickin' Point. They're not even sort of the same.
According to Puckpedia, most recent line combinations are Forsberg, O'Reilly, Nyquist, Stamkos, Novak, Marchessault. Top 6 there.
So I guess here's my question: is Novak like? Novak looks like the president here because he's in the middle of 2 armed guns. Marchessault and Stamkos can both kill you. Is he doing a good enough shot getting these guys, or is he doing a good enough job getting these guys the puck? And with respect, who is that third line?
Well, I know Luke Evangelista and Mark Jankowski. Who's
Fetchkov?
He's
got to be. Oh,
he was just called up.
He's 21?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's young.
Yeah.
What did friggin' Jason York say about youth up the middle?
What did he say?
Sometimes a team that's too young up the middle struggles. Although they're not young up the middle. It's 33 with O'Reilly, 27 with Novak, and Colton Sissons has been in the NHL for like
a while.
A surprising amount of time.
He's in year 6 of a 7-year deal.
He's one of those magical guys who just puts together like a several 100-game career of being a fourth liner.
Do you know Svechkov's first name? Can you guess?
I'm going to say
Andre is
Alexei.
the funniest answer.
He's got 5 career games. I only know that who he is because he scored his first career goal yesterday.
Let's go!
Or the day before. So, yeah, congrats to him. 5 career games, 1 goal, 0 assists. What's his first name?
Andre.
Adam?
I said Andre. I said Alexei.
Fedor.
Fedor Svechkov.
I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, but like that's it's not the greatest up the middle. You know, you're gonna lack production when all of your stars are on the wing. You need star centermen to be a really good team. At least not star, but at least solid centermen. You know?
And are these players bad, or is the team makeup bad? Because here's what I want to say. On defense, I'm just going to point out that, Roman Yossi's got 7 goals because he's Roman Josi.
He's Roman
right?
Josi.
The next closest is Brady Shea with 2.
Okay.
You got Carrier's got 1, Luke Schen's got 1, and the rest of the guys have none. Okay? It's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, they're defensemen. We're not asking for goals here.
But Dante Fabro has 3 goals in 9 games since being claimed by Columbus.
Yeah.
So was it Dante Fabro, or was it the Nashville Predators, as Steven Stamkos said, are not generating chances?
Well, adding Fabro on to the conversation about what do the Wylde know about the Blue Jackets guys? I wouldn't want to. Columbus identified a pretty talented right shot defenseman
that they could use.
Young in his career who wasn't getting used properly, and all of a sudden, I think Andrew Brunette, forgot his name for a sec. Andrew Burnett's job has been called into question. What the hell is Trotz doing? He is just button mashing. He's just doing shit.
Well, and Trotz doesn't get a lot of criticism, and I understand why. He's a Hall of Fame, the second, if he's not already in the Hall of Fame, because now guys can just get into the Hall of Fame when they're still coaching and working. When they couldn't, when Pat Burns was alive.
Great.
Yeah. But Barry Trotz is a Hall of Famer, no question. But as I started this segment, I said, is he a Hall of Fame coach? Yes. Mm-hmm. Is he a Hall of Fame general manager? I guess we'll see. But what's very clear is some of that money that was spent on Marchessault and Stamkos should have been spent on a center this summer.
Yes. like,
Yeah, but it's not too late.
it isn't. Well,
They have 3 first-round draft picks this upcoming draft.
That's crazy.
They have $7 million in cap space, if I remember correctly from just looking. That's enough to go out and do something if your idea is we're going to win this season, which it looks like when you did all of this free agency buying.
so they're built like a rebuilding team. But if this goes sideways, they're going to rebuild. Like,
I think that was like a lot of just pissing in the wind.
yeah,
Saying,
he's
"We're gonna
button
rebuild."
mashing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's out there doing shit. We're trading Askarov for what? Not a ton. Okay. We're signing Saros and fucking Wedgwood.
And then flip Wedgwood.
And then we're gonna flip him
Yeah.
for Annunen. We're gonna get a pick somehow. I don't understand how I got the pick. And
Then we're
what
gonna
else?
Send
We're
a
gonna
top draft pick to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and we're gonna send Tomasino to Pittsburgh for nothing.
Nothing.
What's he been in Pittsburgh? Great shit.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna lose Fabro to Columbus for nothing. And what's he been? Great shit.
It's weird if he's doing all this stuff. Why not do stuff that makes your team better and acquire a center
Dude,
with all of your draft capital?
no one wants to give one up.
Pay for it. You
Well-
have the money.
Well, and now he's desperate. And now, I mean, who is not? Oh no. I respect this man too much to throw this out there, but I'm going to throw it out there. If you're a GM in the NHL and you should be calling Barry Trotz before you have your morning coffee every day. This is a wounded animal who has itchy thumbs. And he's dying to scratch them all
this
over
is a
his
man-
phone and make some sort of weird trade.
This is a man who already used the we'll rebuild card, which that is like the last card.
They've gotten worse.
He started with that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't think he's honest when he says we're going to rebuild
No.
or anything like that. And because it came from a radio interview, could have been taken out of context because who knows how long he was talking when that one part gets clipped and all that fun stuff. But I think the idea with the Nashville Predators is to win this season. And if your idea is that, then you can't sit on your hands at this point of the season because eventually it's going to be too late. And you have so many assets to move plus cap space. You should be doing something that benefits the team and not just selling off pieces.
The Predators, so I love NHLTradeTracker.com, and the Predators page is genuinely funny because everyone, like the Rangers, Chris Drury, Jeff Gordon, Glenn Sather, Neil Smith, Phil Esposito, like it goes back and back and back, and they have so many guys. Nashville Predators, 1997 to 2023, David Poile, 2023 to present, Barry Trotz. That's it. That's the whole list. What was the Yakov-Trenin trade last year? Remember that?
No.
Where they were offloading guys and acquiring picks because they're rebuilding, I think. But that was like in the middle of them being really hot. And then they acquired Anthony Beauvillier, and they got Jason Zucker. They got rid of McDonough. They're out there button mashing. Like I don't understand the direction or anything with the Nashville Predators. They got more picks at the draft.
Yeah.
Cody Glass trade, I forgot about that one.
Yep.
It's just trying shit.
Yep. It's interesting. It's going to be one to watch because now, listen, the reality is that you can put it on the players all you want, but if they're not finding it, the next probable move is Andrew Brunette. And then what? And listen, we're asking the question, who's going to press the Coach Q button first? Is it Detroit?
Oh.
Is it Montreal? Is it Nashville? Like who's going to do it? Somebody's going to do it.
Barry Trotz
Joel
has made
Quenneville doesn't give you a good second line center.
Agreed.
Or
No.
a good third line center. Like it doesn't help Barry Trotz.
he had Jonathan Taves. And that guy's not coming through the door.
yeah.
Barry Trotz has made 12 trades since March 7th.
Of this year.
This calendar
That's a
year.
lot of trades.
A lot.
That's
yeah.
a shitload of
That's
trades
like in
and
8
lost
months?
2 guys to waivers.
Yeah, it's like playing NHL video game.
Call Barry. Call Barry.
What button is the fucking try shit button? Like,
The try shit button?
he's just trying shit.
Yeah.
He's a kid with an iPad.
Yep.
Like he's gonna accidentally order something on your credit card. Not every great player is a good coach. We've seen it a bunch of times. Not every great coach is a good GM. I think it's pretty rare, actually. How many great coaches became GMs?
I mean, I don't know, Steve.
Not a ton, because they stayed coaches,
Right.
Because they were
that's what
so
they're
good at it.
Because they're good at it. Yeah.
I
mean, I think it's a good coach works in consultation with the general manager.
Sure.
But I think it is an adjustment to go from a coach to a GM, which Barry has done under the tutelage of David Poyle a little bit and that sort of thing. But, I feel like there's a lack of understanding within the Predators. It's got to fall in more than just Barry, but he's the ultimate guy responsible of what their needs were this year. And I think they looked at the glittery prizes available. I don't blame them for signing Marchessault or Stamkos or Brady Shea at all. But
no, I
the
mean,
center thing,
I thought it was good.
There were centers available. Chandler Stevenson was right there. He would have been great. Plays defense too.
And I was about to say, yeah, but you spent all that money on. Oh wait, you have $7 million. In cap space. You have like a Chandler Stevenson size hole in your cap situation. I every morning you got to call this guy.
I can totally see Andrew Burnett being the fall guy, though. That's what happened. That's what happened in Florida. You mentioned Joel Quenneville. He got Andrew Burnett. Did he not get his job taken?
Oh, that'd be crazy.
By Joel Quenneville.
Yes,
No, Andrew.
Or was it Paul Maurice?
Well, no. So Joel Quenneville lost his job. Burnett took over, was the all-star coach.
Yeah.
Won the Jack Adams, did he not?
Yep.
Yeah, but then they got murdered in the second round, right?
Yeah. And then was fired. And then of course Maurice.
And then Maurice came in, and everyone's like, "Why did you fire Burnett when he had such a good season?" And then Paul Maurice wins.
Yeah.
Well, he goes to the finals and then goes to the finals again and wins it.
It's also worth mentioning though that Andrew Burnett coached this team last year to the playoffs in that 20-game unbeaten in the regular season.
U2 streak.
Yeah, and what changed?
Steve's playing his phone like an N64 controller.
Yeah, he's button mashing.